Hello, welcome to Waypoint Survival. Today I want to show you a new carry option for your Stanley 2-cup cook set and also a hack that you can do with it. So stay tuned. So what we have is the Blackbird Pre-Filter Multi-Bag. And even though this wasn't specifically designed for the Stanley 2-cup cook set, it fits it just about perfectly. It even has extra room on the side for your extra hacks that I've showed you in other videos. It has a nice snap here on the top holding it closed, and then it has a belt loop on the back for either carrying on your belt, or you can put this on your backpack straps and fasten it that way. But it's very handy. It's made of canvas, there's no leather, and so it won't hurt it to get wet. The top is a wax canvas, but this is just a plain untreated canvas, and that's going to be important. I'll show you how in just a minute. So opening this up and looking inside, on the one side we are carrying our stakes right here from our last video, and you remember that, and I can put a link to it up here so that you can see how we use these to cook with the Stanley set. We also carry on the other side, as there's plenty of room, the roll-up grill that we made for the cook set, and that of course works extremely well, and I'll make sure and also put a link to it up here for those of you who are interested in watching it. And then down inside, it's nice, plenty of room, it's got plenty of extra space so it doesn't get all bound up. We have our cook set with all of our hacks on it, as we've showed you in previous videos. In the very bottom we have the lid, of course, and the strainer, so we can use that for our steamer option. Alright, so this is the bag, and what's really nice about it is it's very compact, and the way it's designed is you can fold this up just like this, and then it rolls, and then this snaps over like that, and so this is how it will come, and you can carry it very conveniently. If you don't want to put anything in it, or you just want to pack it somewhere, it's great to take along trips and all of that, but it also, as I showed you, fits the Stanley 2-cup cook set just perfectly. Alright, now let's show you the hack that you can use this with. One of the problems that we face when we're in the outdoors and the backcountry is trying to get clean water. Here, of course, we have our creek, and the water is murky and dirty, and there's mud and silt and all kinds of problems down in the water. There's a lot of sticks and debris, what's called turbidity, in this water. And so I could just scoop it up with the can here, the cook pot, and just take it and boil it. But I'm going to have a lot of floaties. There's going to be a lot of things in that I'm not going to want. Using the multi-bag, I can use it as a filter. Now I said it's a hack. It's actually designed to do this, but it is kind of a hack for it, because most people think of a carry bag as just a bag for your kit. They don't think about wetting it and using it for a strainer or a pre-filter. And so what I like to do with this is put it in the water, and you want to get it wet. Again, it takes a little while for the pores of the canvas to soak a little bit. If you've ever been around canvas much, you know that canvas container will actually swell, and when it does that, it closes up the pores, and the weave in between here will tighten up, and you get a much tighter strain. So you want to leave it in the water for several minutes. We're going to go ahead and do that right now. And we're just going to let it sit there and soak a little bit. Go ahead and swish it around a little and get some water in there. Of course, we're getting a little bit of dirt too. We'll let it soak there for just a little bit. And we've let this soak for a while. I'll put a rock on top of it to try and help it to be weighted down a little bit better. I'm going to take this and we're going to kind of swish it around in the water a little bit here and get it nice and full. Now what you want to do is you want to make sure and hold this at a bit of an angle so that it leaks out and kind of runs down to one corner, as you can see right here. And that works best. And of course we fill up the container like that for use. Now if we were to open the bag, look inside here, what do we find? Well, leaves, debris, various other things floating around in there. and it's pretty murky and dirty. So by doing so, by using this bag as a pre-filter, we get rid of all the extra stuff out of there. It works really great with your Stanley 2-cup cook set. Now, after you've wet it down and it's pretty well soaked, you might want to wait a little while, let it dry out, just hang it out at your camp at night until morning before you pack your stuff in it, especially if there's something you don't want to get wet. But getting wet's not going to hurt the bag. There's no leather on here. It's all stuff that's going to just be great and fine. It's going to last a very long time. It has multi-year durability. It's a greatly designed and very well made bag. However, there is another little thing you can do with this. If you put your Stanley cook set in it and you put the lid on it that I showed you in the very first hack of my Stanley hack videos, and I can put a link to it up here, what happens is the evaporative cooling from the water as it wicks away and dries will cool your water. This will also fit the Grail, and this was kind of designed around that. For those of you who don't know what a Grail is, you can go look it up, but it's a great filter that you can just immediately filter water in the field and drink it immediately. It's a really great filter. But if you don't have one of those, and if you don't have a Stanley cook set, and you say, I still like that bag, I still like to use one, well, this will also fit a 32-ounce metal bottle, like a stainless steel canteen. And you put that in there, and this evaporative cooling, you just keep this wet, and as the wind blows and as you walk down the trail, it's going to continue to keep your water cool, which is a lot more refreshing when you're out and about, especially in warm weather. If you're interested in purchasing one of these bags for your Stanley 2-cup cook set, it's called the Blackbird Pre-Filter Multi-Bag. It retails for $30 plus $7.75 shipping and handling. You can purchase it from Dan Lutz at www.abnormaloutdoors.com, and I'll make sure and put a link in the description box below. This is James Bender for Waypoint Survival. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also make sure and check out the links in the description box below. And while you're down there, you'll find our Patreon link. This is where you can donate to financially support the channel, and you can do so for as little as $1 a month, and a big thank you to everybody that's been doing so. You'll also find our spring link. This is where you can buy great Waypoint Survival branded merchandise. You'll also find our waypointsurvival.com link, and this is where you can sign up for great survival and bushcraft training classes. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate it. And when you do subscribe, make sure and press that bell button so that you can stay notified of all of our upcoming videos, and we'll talk to you next time.